morning, October 1st, we come to this great festival and feast of the protection of the Mother of God. There's this beautiful icon here of the Mother of God and her appearance at Mathewson Church before all of these people and the two saints that saw her, Andrew for Christ and his disciple Theotokos. They were in church, right? We wonder, do we want to see God? If we do, where do we need to be? Well, we need to start with being in church. Because it is here that the Mother of God has this great love. Because she sees us gathered together. And, you know, she sees us in this unity that we have, this special unity that we have together. And she is overjoyed by that. She dedicated all of Mount Mathewson for the service of God, for his worship. Right? Dedicating that peninsula to God. We know this. And so we know that she has a relationship with us that is really something that we don't fully understand. It's mysterious. It's a lot like a mother and a child, right? A mother has a mysterious bond with their children. Very special bond. Very close. And one of the things that a mother, I would say, is probably in her top priority. I got a lot of moms here, so I can test this and see if this is true. But one of the top priorities for a mom is protection. Protection of that child. Making sure that it doesn't get cold, that it has food and water, that it's cared for properly. Changing the diaper, right? Bathing. When it's sick, you cuddle and hold the baby and comfort it and give it what it needs, right? The mother knows that all of these things are her responsibility, and she comes about it naturally. Moms, except for a few exceptions, do not have to be taught how to mother. They already know this. They understand what protection is. Brothers and sisters, the Theotokos, the Panagia, she is our protection. She is our mother. She guides us. She leads us. And she especially protects us. Today, we had a reading from the prologue, which I'm going to read a little piece from because it's so real when you understand the connection that she has to her church and to those who love her. So the event is a protection that the Mother of God gave to the church, and she appeared in the church, as you see in the icon, with this veil. And the veil always represents, of course, the veil of protection, right? When you see a mother without a veil, she has a veil on her head, she has a veil around her children. That's what a mother does. She protects them with a blanket, right? And how many of you as children had a blanket, right? I had a blanket as a kid. I remember that blanket, right? I carried it around until it fell apart, right? You remember that as a child? The kids are carrying on their blanket. There's mom's finally like, oh, this thing's got to go, you know? He throws it away because it's full of holes and, you know, been drug all over the neighborhood. But that veil is a symbol, really, of mom's protection. The symbol of her protection for us. That blanket reminds us of that. The church was crowded. There were a lot of people in church. St. Andrew the Fool for Christ was standing in the back of the church with his disciple. 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay? This was a community that was up at 4 o'clock in the morning to pray. We are not like that. We don't get up that early. But imagine, 4 o'clock in the morning, the Most Holy Mother of God appeared above the people with a veil spread over her outstretched hands, as though to protect them with this covering. She was clad in gold-encrusted purple and shone with an unspeakable radiance, surrounded by the apostles, the saints, the martyrs, and the holy virgins. Seeing this vision, St. Nikolai teaches us St. Andrew gestured towards it and asked Epiphanes, "Do you see how the Queen and Lady of all is praying for the whole world?" Epiphanes replied, "Yes, Father, I see it and stand in dread." As a result of this commemoration was instituted to remind us of both the event of the Mother of God's constant protection whenever we prayerfully seek that protection, that shelter in distress. The Mother of God is reminding us through this vision of St. Andrew and Epiphanes that she is protecting us. She is caring for us. Well, in some years after that, our Holy Father Romanus the Melodist, who is also remembered today, we have an icon here of him, he's also pictured in the icon as well. And another amazing story of how we can see the Mother of God's protection for her church. He was born in the Syrian town of Emesa, and he served as a verger, first in Beirut and then in Constantinople, at the cathedral at the time of Epiphanes in the year 490 to 496. Now listen closely. He was illiterate with no musical training. He was despised by certain educated clergy. And St. Romanus prayed, weeping, to the Mother of God. And she appeared to him in a dream, held a piece of paper out to him, told him to swallow it. The following day was Christmas. Romanus went up to the ambon, and with an angelic voice sang, "Today the Virgin," which has come down to us as the Pentankion of that very feast. All marveled at the words at this singer's voice, and receiving this gift of song from the Mother of God, Romanus composed more than 1,000 Pentankion. And this icon actually has another little great saying on the back of it. He's considered one of the greatest composers of sacred hymns that the church has ever known. This is someone who couldn't sing. He composed over 1,000 hymns in his lifetime, of which some 80 have been preserved for use in our divine services today. Many of what we sing are from St. Romanus. He is the patron saint of singers and inspiration for the musically challenged. As well, for Romanus was not always a sweet singer that he ultimately became. He was born in the 5th century, served in the church in Hagia Sophia, and this miracle of his life shows how the Virgin transcends the spiritual world to come to us and to visit us. Now there's another example of the Mother of God's intervention, not just St. Romanus, but also 2 other saints that are also recognized on this day. The Most Holy Mother of God often appears to holy men at the time of some need, such as to encourage them in their ascetic efforts, to heal them of sickness, to reveal some mystery to them. You know, we have myrrh-streaming icons that travel around the world to bring healing to people. And the myrrh-streaming icons are primarily the Mother of God. Her icon literally drips with oil. It's a miracle to even see it. If you've never seen it, I encourage you to go and find one to see. 2 wonderful and somewhat similar happenings took place at the Great Lavra on the Holy Mountain. St. John Cacusius and St. Gregory at different times. And here's their story. This again shows you how powerful the effect of the Mother of God is within our church, protecting us, watching over us, and caring for us. During the Great Mathewson, the Great Fast, while it was being sung, John was very tired, and he sat down on the chair near the icon of the Mother of God. And there he fell asleep. The All-Pure One appeared to him. Imagine falling asleep in church. Does anybody ever do that? The Mother of God appeared to him at that moment in heavenly splendor and said to him, "Greetings, John. Sing and do not stop singing. For this I will never leave you." With these words, she put a gold piece into John's hand, And when he woke from the dream, he found himself clutching this gold piece. Comparable wonders took place after this, both connected with the icon of the Mother of God and the gold piece that she gave him. Now the second happening concerned the monk Gregory. He, like St. John, was a singer in the church also. She likes singers in the church. You can see this, the Mother of God. Patriarch Callistos had instituted the practice in the liturgy of St. Basil of singing all creation in thee rejoices. That's to the Mother of God at the end of the liturgy. In place of it is meet. His successor, Patriarch Theotokos, had rescinded this and said that for brevity, it is meet should always be sung. Once, though, on the eve of Theophany, in the presence of the Patriarch Gregory of Alexandria, Gregory sang all creation. Immediately after this, the All-Pure One appeared to him, as she had to St. John, put a gold piece in his hand and said, I am very grateful to you for your singing in my honor. So from that time on, the practice was that all creation should always be sung instead of it is meet when the liturgy of St. Basil is celebrated. Do you realize the impact of what is happening here? Do you see how significant our church services are? How significant even the prayers and the hymns that we sing are? If the saints from on high want to come down, and the Mother of God is to come down and correct something, right? No, you're not doing that right. No, we have a great encouragement that she's also going to keep watch over our church, over our liturgy, over what we sing and what we do. I come with great fear, brothers and sisters, to church every week. Because I'm leading, right? I'm standing up. I got to make sure that I'm speaking things how they should be spoken. That I'm singing correctly. Very important that we come and take it seriously. Most people, I will tell you this right now. I know from my own personal experience. Most people do not take the worship of God seriously. They do not. They very flippantly take the worship of God. But we must take it seriously. If the Mother of God was willing to come down and instruct two saints in this special way, to tell them how important it is to do a certain thing or not do a certain thing, we must take stock in that and know that she loves us. She's protecting even our very worship. The little things that we say out of our mouth are important. Today, brothers and sisters, we're called to love our enemies. The Mother of God knew this well. She had many enemies. She had many people that disliked her because of her son. She also had people that disdained her because she was not, married in the normal way. She was betrothed, but did not have a marriage the way a normal, couple would. So she was sort of scorned in a way. She had enemies, but she showed love. Brothers and sisters, this is the message also of her gospel that is spoken all the time, isn't it? Mary does the will of God. Those are those who are praised, those who do God's will, who seek him. So let's be encouraged today. We have the protection, powerful protection of the Mother of God over us. She does not leave us. She watches us. She cares for us. And she loves us as a mother loves her children. And so I challenge you. Talk to the Mother of God as though she were your mother. When we go to our mom, right, we say, Mommy, I need this. Mommy, I need that. Mommy, help me. We need to go to the Mother of God with this attitude, that she is our mommy. She loves us. She cares for us. But she wants us to come to her and seek her, because she's going to lead us right to Jesus. She's going to lead us right to his feet. She's going to guide us in our lives in every way if we will just let our hearts be open to her. Brothers and sisters, today is the celebration of her protection for us. She's not going to cease. She's not going to stop. She's always going to watch over us. Please allow yourself to ask for her intercession. She protects us and loves us. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Glory to Jesus Christ. Amen.